Tell me something. Are you a cat lover like me? Do you love scrolling across your For You page and seeing silly cat memes everywhere? Well, if you don't like cats, then get out of here. Click off this video. No viewer of mine will be a cat hater. Just kidding, please come back, I need viewers. However, if you do in fact like cats and you are a gamer like me, then chances are that you have at least heard of the award-winning game called Stray. A game where you venture through very aesthetic and well-designed areas to uncover more about the story that the game tries to tell you. Now, after playing the game in its entirety, I can positively say that there are two sides to Stray. A dark and mysterious plot set in the dystopian future of Earth about humanity's greed leading them to riddle the Earth in heaps of trash in which super advanced AI robots are left to surviving, causing humanity to solve the trash problem by creating a dangerous megabacteria to destroy it all. But unfortunately goes horribly wrong and in the process wipes out humanity, who are forced to leave the AI robots locked in the ground away from the rest of the world that's now riddled with ruthless killing super bacteria. And kitty! So the title of this video might have been a little misleading, as you only get to play as one singular cat throughout the entire game. I know, really disappointing, and you're pretty much the only one seen throughout the entirety of your playtime. The game has been out for quite a while, so I won't be holding back on any spoilers. You've been warned. Like the game suggests, you're a cat. You wake up one day next to all your little feline friends and decide to go adventuring. You learn a bit of the controls as you stroll throughout what seems like the inside of a massive wall. Everything is overgrown with greenery and suggests that this place has been abandoned for a long time. You walk around some more until you reach this cat's cannon event. No, Kitty has fallen. Ah! No worries, as he soon awakens again though. He's okay. You've fallen somewhere deep and dark. The poor cat is alone and injured with no sign of his little feline friends anywhere. There's only one place to go, and that's venturing deeper. Buildings everywhere, still no sign of life in this dark and godforsaken place. You're attacked by hundreds of little bugs. You try running away, but these little fuckers are quite literally pouring out of the walls and don't seem to be stopping. On top of that, they're fast, and will latch onto you to suck you till you die. Pause. The entire city that you have been walking in was infested with these little roach-looking creatures. There's no wondering as to why there's been no life seen anywhere. These bugs must have sucked them all dead. Pause. You finally managed to outrun them. Now you're just somewhere. The poor cat has already ran such a far way from home, and the entire world seems so dead and barren. You adventure through the city some more until you meet B12, a cute little droid who unfortunately seems to have lost all of his memories, and says that he needs your help to figure out what's happened to the world. It's a cute little mascot who accompanies you during the entire game and gives you some abilities out of the cat's reach, like opening doors and hacking into the mainframe of a mega corporation. You know, just silly stuff like that, no big deal. At this point in the game, you've basically just completed the tutorial, and the game has established the overall vibe of what you're going to be experiencing. However, the story must go on, and it's afterwards soon revealed that there is an entire community of robots that have been in hiding, and you manage to run into them after running from the little roach-looking dudes. It's here that you finally start to learn more about why exactly the world is like it is. You see, these robots have been living underground in this dump for hundreds, if not thousands of years, and don't even believe in the outside world to begin with. They make it out to be some silly little folktale that a select few believe in. Must be pretty depressing being in a dark space like this the whole time. Well, that's except for the outsiders, who are a group of 4 silly little robots who do everything in their power to get to the fabled outside and go on an adventure that no one has ever been able to do before. Now, these guys, they're pretty chill. Well, too chill actually. Like the first outsider we meet was quite literally too scared to leave with the rest of his group, but sits there every day crying about the fact that he isn't out there trying to reach the outside with the rest of his friends. What a weirdo. They basically don't do anything. Or the outsider named Doc, who quite literally lives like a few blocks away from the rest of them. Guess he didn't make it far either. But unlike the rest of those useless robots living in the settlement who bring nothing to society, Doc is actually pretty useful. He provides us with a crucial piece of equipment that allows us to go further up the rest of the abandoned underground city. Something that will allow us to literally wipe out any of the little bugs who dare stand in our way. You would think something this crucial for survival must be huge, right? Nope. It's just a simple UV light that he mounts to my droid. So then this begs the question, if you're smart enough to create something like this, how has no one thought of just placing a massive UV light at the top of the underground ceiling and just shine it down to blow them all up at once? We call these plot holes, folks. These are the real questions people should be asking. But eventually, through some miracle, we actually managed to get the poor guy back home to the rest of the settlement. The journey here at the settlement is coming to a close. You've helped the first outsider find a crucial piece of equipment needed for him to travel with you to meet the rest of his friends and figure out how to leave this place. The game lets you know here that, hold up, wait a minute. Before you leave, are you sure you don't want to continue exploring more of what this place has to offer? You won't be coming back here after all. And then you remember, oh yeah, there's like 10 things I still haven't done here. like collecting 4 energy drinks scattered across the entire city and bringing it back to this merchant who lets you trade it for a bunch of random junk, or like disrupting the peace of the robots and dropping an entire bucket of white paint on this poor robot's doorstep, or scratching the fuck out of all of these doors and carpets around the city, playing pool, sleeping soundly in a bunch of random little spots like a cat would, or taking the time and talking to the robots to learn more about them. There's a lot to do here, and also collecting 8 sheets of musical paper for this robot who just lets you chill while they play their guitar, or banjo, or ukulele, I don't even know, and the point is neither do these robots, but they sure as hell know how to play it. Oh, and then there's this guy. We don't know much about him, he just kind of walks around all the time. He scares me. This place is awesome. The vibes are great, the places are cozy, the robots chilling around the city gives it this sense of life that's hard to replicate in a lot of other games. From jumping across the multiple rooftops or just adventuring through the bar and all the other places that allow you to enter it, it gives this sense of comfort that you don't want to leave from, yet you know you have to. There's an entire journey still ahead of you. What could possibly awaiting you past those city doors? Wow, so atmospheric. I love the sewers. Oh my god, is that a fucking eye? We finally made it. Somewhere. And if you're wondering what happened to our friend that was supposed to come with us, yeah, we kinda had to part ways with him after entering a really sketchy tunnel. Quite sad. But with newfound willpower and a destination to reach, we finally reach our next destination. A community of robots living in a tree. There's not really much to talk about here, actually. It's once again just really cozy. With different robots to interact with, you can scratch up some more shit, knock over some paint buckets, and do a little quest to collect 3 flowers for this robot, which will give you a cute little badge on your vest. Awesome sauce. Now, of course, you might be wondering who we're supposed to be meeting here, and it's the 3rd member of the Outsiders, Zabaltazar. He just kinda sits here in the tree all day and meditates. Not much of a functioning member of the group whose entire goal is to ultimately leave the underground city and venture to the surface. I don't know, he seems like the kind of character who hugs trees and won't shut up about being a vegan, but will ultimately be your homie for the long run. Plug a little weird, but he chill. He tells us about the last member of the group, Clementine. It's here that we're finally made aware that we have to go higher up through the city and find the one person that will hopefully still have some clue as to achieving the one goal we have been striving to complete this entire time. You eventually reach what seems like the entrance to the underground subway system. Walking further past the entrance, bustling neon lights light up the rest of the area you're in. It's there that you finally see the busy streets of the neon city. Shops and businesses doing their normal routines. Your only goal is to find Clementine though. So, taking a stroll through the city to find more information on them, and finally you arrive to the suspected destination of the robot Clementine.
I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
The home you find them in is quite nice actually. Everything about the apartment is so peaceful in a way, and it's been this way throughout the entire game for most places, just finding peaceful moments through the long and dangerous journey. After a while, Clementine finally gives us a lead. A real one, and it's to repair the subway train. It needs a battery stolen from the high security factory nearby. And the plan? Sneak in and avoid all the traps and security set up across the facility. Then grab the high power battery and leave this place for good. Committing theft, the breaking and entering, and a few other silly little crimes along the way, and then an accomplice of Clementine manages to sneak us inside the factory. Now using my high level gamer skill, I managed to grab the battery and complete the mission. So far it's all been going according to plan. Now all that's left is to meet Clementine at the club and commence Operation Leave the City and go outside. Now after a little parkour to get into the club, we eventually reach Wait, what the fuck? Clementine, why are you all tied up? This is no time for BDSM roleplaying, we have a goal to achieve. Oh. Now this part of the game goes by pretty quickly. You escape from prison with Clementine and later on she parts ways with you, leaving only the key and the battery to the subway train in your possession. We finally made it. Boarding off the train, white tiles and the clean, well-maintained halls of the subway fill the atmosphere like that of an airport. This is a control room to the entire underground city. With this button, we can open the entire hatch and finally go outside. I won't spoil the rest of the ending for you. It's a little sad and confusing, but not too much. However, I'll tell you this much. The cat does actually manage to leave and go outside. I guess the worst part about this ending is the fact that the entire time our goal from the start of the game was meant to be reuniting with our family of cats. And we didn't really even get to see that happen, unfortunately. But I have to imagine this game plans to make a sequel by the way it ended. That would be awesome. I think this is up there with some of the best indie games I think I've ever had the pleasure of playing. If you can even call it that. The quality of the game felt like I was playing something made by Sony Studios or a game straight out of the hands of the great atmospheric masters at Rockstar Games. The beautiful nighttime neon vibe throughout the entire game really made it feel perfect to play all throughout, and it gives a level of personality that really stuck with me. Not to mention the smaller details and activities you can pay attention to during your time playing the game. They really nailed the story too, subtly hinting at the fact that humans are actually just fucking awful in this universe and really caused their own downfall. Stray perfected what I think a game like this should be, and I am very excited to see what they would do if they ever make a second installment of this series. But hey, I bet I can give you a real instant great experience if you just hit that subscribe button. I make anime and game videos here on the channel, so if you'd like to see more of that, be sure to check out the rest of my videos, and also be sure to hit that bell. I sound way too hyped up about that. I don't know why. But yeah, hit subscribe and maybe you'll see me upload once a month. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Chances are if you're seeing this video, there's probably a video coming every week for the next 4 weeks, because I'm working on 4 videos. So be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can see more of when that releases and when that releases. So do that. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's about it. See ya.